One for me. Go on, Justin. All right. Well, that's your ankle. So we're going to start with Justin. He's going to grab to the throat. We'll keep it pretty simple for starters. So single grab to the throat. Now this can be quite an aggressive sort of job. Someone who's attacking, it might be like a disguised strike. If it's a strike to the throat, it can be quite debilitating. So just be mindful that I want to try and get my chin to my throat or to my chest. So he grabs and I press down with my chin first. It's just to protect my throat. So I tend not to stick my head up in the air. What I want to do is here at this range, normally, not always, but normally, you know, you don't get a little tiny fellow attack you. I mean, unless they've got a stick or a gun or a few mates. Okay, so normally a person will be similar size or bigger. Okay, so he grabs, so his distance and my distance are the same. I want to bring him in a little bit closer, but my first reflex should be to drop my chin here. From here, I want to bring him closer. At the same time, boom, I want to just quickly stun him or disorient him. What a lot of people do sometimes with the throat is they go to clutch and they go, because you're worried about breathing, obviously it sets a bit of a panic response, and the reflex is to grab towards the hand. So what we want to do is from here, boom, we want the reflex to be almost simultaneously. Bring him in that little bit closer, and with the forearm or elbow, it's just to hit him, bridge of the nose, the mouth, the cheekbone, the jaw, anywhere. It's short, it's sharp. I don't turn my body around. It's almost like a straight elbow, but just the natural angle of my body. It's here, bang. Okay, don't go too early. So this is to bring him closer, and it's a double impact. So it's his head jolted forward. I don't press slowly. Okay, this is going to be from here, bang. One, I hit it hard, so his head comes full fast, and I hit him short and fast with the elbow. It's a double impact. It's to stun him. It doesn't mean it's all over. He's going to run away and go home. But let's just do this from here. He grabs. Okay, one, bang, two, and then it's going to be from here. From the elbow, I could go elbow here again. Okay, but now I'm in close. He can grab me around the waist. If he's big and strong, he can throw me on the floor. So I want to go in with this one, and while I've stunned him, I come out, bang, strike to the neck. Okay, we'll stop at that point. So it's from here, grab, bang, one, and strike here with a knife hand. And now I'm starting to give myself some distance. Okay, let's go. So 5 minutes of practicing this left side, right side. Oh, you can be, if you do it in front of the camera, they can see as you're doing it too. Do it with a little bit of realism, but don't smash each other in the face. Let's do it in front of the camera so they've got something to see as well. Just be careful on the floor. You want to cut it out. So kind of do this to stop it. Elbow and then the same hand shot. Yeah. Okay. So you see doing that one. Rather than do this, it's sort of hard to get over the top, especially when it's tall. So I go with this one and it's open. As I step back. Oh, this is so I want to three on that one. So I think that one I kind of grab the other one. You get me in a bed, I'll be picking up. So I want to stay. That's all right. Starting actually this orange first. Oh, chill. So you got one. Who's working? Who's watching? I can't see. I think it's good. So that's better. Now we can see whether you're training or not. So. So it's one, you're in, and then I just flip back to that back leg because I want to follow this. I give myself some distance. It's just that the range is short and then it's too far. The one, it's short, so it's the longer I linger in there, the more things grow. It's matter of fact, delays of reaction, but it's. But that strike is the breathing so close. So it's going to strike down, force the bending elbow, which brings it closer. All right, let's take it one step further. So I'm grabbed from here. I've gone 1, 2. Okay, I've given myself a little bit of distance from here. I've trapped this arm to my chest. Okay, so I didn't emphasize that before. I've trapped this arm to my chest to stop him from getting away, stop him from pulling away, but also enable me to come down here and control the arm. Arm roll, wrist lock, and torpedo punch. All right. So we're here. We just added 2 more movements. He grabs 1, 2, bang, 3. This is not just a strike anywhere. This is to the side of the neck. Okay. I come to the wrist, my thumb in the middle. I roll over. I keep the wrist higher than the shoulder. I get the arm straight by stepping back. Okay. And I've got distance here. Okay. Just with instep, bang, up into the nose. Right. Okay. Let's go. The first 2 movements are the same. Okay. After the strike, come back, roll over, and kick. If you keep the wrist higher than shoulder, it forces the torso down. If you need to lose your encouragement, put some on your shoulder. All right. Well, that's I was off, but well, you might be depending on whether you're adjacent or you're opposite, it's going to change the angle. It might not be enough. You might have 3 targets for that. Rather try to reach around and not target. Yeah, might be kicking to the torso. It's all about keeping that arm straight. Yeah, keep the arm straight and lift it. If I keep the arm down, it's stronger here. If I lift it up, force the shoulder down. Your ankle.
I won't just shoot that into the over month ago. It's only this one.
No, well, I was gonna do from here. And then when you land, I wonder if there's all right, slight variation. Okay, we'll skip it. One more adjustment and then we'll switch. Same again. So that's a static shot. Justin's electric personality. Bang, 1, 2. Now from here, okay, I might, if he gets too much of a bend here, this might be a struggle. I don't want to struggle too long because he's got another free hand. He can whack me in the head or he can grab me around the waist and throw me to the ground. So rather than struggle, then I go stomp, foot sword into the side of the knee. Okay, that'll should buckle him in sideways, and then from here, elbow to the base of the skull. Okay, now from here, I've still got this arm. I can walk him face down here. I can knee him on the way through if I want. You know, do what you got to do. Okay, because he's not just standing there just letting me do it. Okay? Once he realizes I'm resisting, he's resisting. Okay. Remember, he initiated the attack. He's not the victim. He's the aggressor. So he's still going to be aggressive. So I need to take that aggression from him just with the initial stun to the face. And then I can't have a pause, because a pause is enough for him to then switch into something else. And generally when people are close and they're not sure what to do, they grab them. Okay, so grab from here, bang, 1, 2, strike 3, he's resisting, bang, into the knee. From here, I might pull him down this way. Right? So try that with a kick to the knee, okay, and then guide him down chest first to the floor, okay, and then after we'll add on. Okay? All right, let's go. So again, just adding bit by bit.
Yeah.
Oh, slide on the shoulder, press down on the back of the head. As you walk it back in. Okay. Yeah, you don't make super well. Yeah, the way you use it. You walk back and forth. Yeah. Okay, press it. Which are going All right. Slide variation. Same thing. Okay, we'll make it a little bit simpler. Okay, a little bit more straightforward. Okay, less complex. So he grabs from here, turn my body this way, drop my arm underneath from here. Now, obviously, the risk is he's going to hit me with this one. So I don't want to take too long. I'm taking longer to explain it than to do it. Well, I do it. We try and do it instantaneously almost. So he grabs from here. I might still have my hand up to defend. I come up and I turn from here and against my body. Okay, it's just have to have his arm facing this way. I'll turn this way. His arm facing this way so that his arm can't hyperextend this way. This elbow is to keep his head away. As long as I can force his head away, it takes some of his orientation away and some of his strength away. But I press and I push with my chest, okay? But remember, it's not just he taps out. In training, we tap out, we give up, and we go again. But as soon as I let go, he's attacking again. That's a reality. So I've got to prepare to follow through to the next stage and just do him a little bit of injury. I don't like to say it subtly, okay? Because if it doesn't hurt and if it doesn't discourage him from attacking again, he's going to attack again. So it's hyperextend and take the joint into not only an uncomfortable position, but an unfunctional position. So he grabs again, I come underneath, rotate here, I keep my arm across here, I want to have the hand facing forward. If like this, he can bend. Okay, like this, he can't bend. Press here, yeah? Okay, now he's going to tap out, he's going to try and resist. If he tries to swing with the other one, I just turn and I press with this one, stops him, he can't rotate. If I find that it's too much of a struggle and I'm scared I'm going to lose it, swing this left foot back here, okay? And arm. All right. Just rather than struggle and lose it, okay? Once he gets the bend in the elbow, he's got strength, okay? Once he starts to get strength, take him to the floor, okay? Because again, he was probably stronger already. That's why he's attacked you, okay? So don't get into a wrestling match with him, okay? Just go for. Rest your shin on the back of his tricep. Let's go. Try. So coming underneath. I got to get in close to your press your chest. So this is the one underneath. Yeah, I want to rotate this one. This is a bit taller, it's a bit harder. Some things won't work this way in certain situations. But now I've got the angle, I've got to make sure that I don't get like this. He's got the height, and once he gets that bend, I've got the strength. I've got it up there, I've got to, if I can't get it straight, then I take it into the don't wrestle with him through that. If it doesn't come straight away, just go straight to the slip. Once you can lock it on, don't let him bend. So this one, so here, this one, because you can't come over the top, and this one is coming under and press it. I want to get that here. I want to the wrist, and I want to push with my chest. And I want to become green. Yeah. So then that's once it gets to the rest of that. There's nothing discouraging for current function. You've got the right hand, it's better. We're trying to create an angle to try punch. We'll see what's right the right if you can get the angle. See how you get your right arm you want to stop him. If you can't turn your seven, it's hard to turn your body. You go under and you kind of slide. So you go under. Go under. Turn the other.
The elbow is against the elbow was against that's like
I think what you can't tangle the arm, so it's up and then you slide like that. So don't tangle your arm out.
So you're coming underneath, so
If I come under, we're going to slide.
Okay, so this arm,
and then you slide the other one across the top so that you don't lose it. Press your chest there. If you start to lose it, then you're going to sit back from the front. Yeah, start to lose it, you just keep that in. One.
What? This is just to get it out of the way.
Because when he's here, he's gonna want to come around again. So it's again, it's throw the salt. If you start to lose him, just keep that leg out. Because his body already wants to go that way. All right, another variation. Same thing. He grabs. I'm getting shocked every time. Bang. 1, 2. From here, reach around. Boom. 3. As I knee in, okay, I'll grab here. Okay, so it's from here. He grabs 1, 2, same as before. Okay, boom, knee, and then I go backwards this way. Knee on top of the rib cage. This arm is straight. Okay, I can pull back on the wrist and pound a few times here. All right. Once more, watch. We'll do it slowly. Okay, grabs 1, 2. This has got to be quick. Okay, bang, 3. Take this one down. Okay, and strike here. Strike. First part is the same, but now I turn into the person. Have you got me a couple of times?
My arms will be straight.
And I would rest my knee on the rib cage and my full body weight.
And arms being held like.
I would have my shin across his ribs. And the full body weight. And
What he wasn't doing was holding my home, so in terms of how should he be holding my home? Yeah.
So big grabs. So first part is the same. Grab here. Knee twice and twice. As he comes down. Hold on there. And body weight is here. So you like my body. So don't try and keep distance between us. You want to get in close. The great balance.
Yeah, like that, that's.
Remember when you're doing takedown, when you're doing sweep, you want to be hip to hip. You want to be close. You can't do it from far away. If you've got a gap between you and the other person, it's an advantage for the stronger person. Get your body in. You take them down with your body. Not just with your foot. This one has got it backwards. This is straight and this is close. Grab on. You need to do a couple of things, do a couple of things.
Because that once you die, you're already out.
Yeah. Yep. I'm finding myself. So you gotta go. You gotta go. Try not to have a gap in your way. See, Brian, when you try to reach around with your leg, you want to get into the body. Get in with the hips. Still trying to reach around the leg. Trying to get into the body. I guess you can see.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
Sweet.
You can achieve a similar result without sweeping the leg at all, if you use the hip effectively. But if you do that and use the upper body to push on the shoulders, kind of like a judo hip throw, if you like. Sometimes trying to sweep the leg, if you try to sweep from far away, you don't really get the purchase, and plus the foot, you got traction and friction in the mat. The foot doesn't want to give. So I actually want to slightly break contact with the foot, get him off the floor, and I do that with my hip. Yeah, I get elevation with my hip. So when we're here, so it's from here, bang, 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 I knee. I go from here, I get my hip in close, yeah, and that's without sweeping the leg at all. Yeah, but it's using this. Yeah, it's the breaking balance. So maybe try without the leg sweep. Just try and do it with the hip. Hip, but this is important. But this, and I rotate. Yeah, I can't just push him down. I've got to rotate. So I've got to kind of pivot with him. With rotation, you can break the balance too. Usually, that's and that helps protect your knees a little bit too. Your foot doesn't get stuck in the mat too much. Brush your hip back and rotate the body.
Yeah, that's basically the exact.
When you don't feel like. Yeah, you can continue because all of these kind of build on each other. Every time we add one, you're still practicing the previous because we're just adding. Okay. One question we often get is, "Oh, that's all fine if opponents grab you with one. What if they grab you with both and it's not going to work?" Okay, so a couple of different scenarios here. So it's grab with both. A few things here. One is, are the arms straight? Are the arms bent? If the arm is straight and the person is quite tall, they're going to have a distinctive advantage of reach. So your reach is slightly different. Plus, if they're tall, it's a bit hard. The arms get in the way. Don't work over the top so much if they're tall. Okay. If it's similar height, okay, the person's probably not going to be too much smaller. But you know, there's some aggressive little people out there that are quite tough and quite strong. So I'm only generalizing. It doesn't mean they won't. Okay. I've got a couple options. One is I can bring him in closer. Okay. If he's close already, okay, I've got the risk for me here is that he can headbutt me in the face. He's got quite good strength because his arms are bent, his muscles are tense. He can knee me. He's got all the same distance issues I've got. Everything I can do to him, he can also do to me first. Remember, he's attacking me, so he's probably already thought of it. Okay, I'm reacting to the response. I'm reacting to the stimulus, if you like. So what I've got to do first of all, if he's already in close, I've got to consider: do I want to get him further here? I can use my arms, but also step back. Okay, as a Taekwondo person, you probably spend most of your time training standing up, okay, and kicking extension with foot or striking extension with arm. Not as much stuff on knee and elbow, but from here, so I've given myself room to use instep, okay, underneath. So it's from here, the first one is not just pushing his chest, but it's actually striking in the throat. Okay, so actually with my knife hand, whether I use one, whether I use two, he's not expecting, yeah, he's expecting this. It's a boom straight into the throat here, bang, and even at short range, ball of the foot, I can go into the groin. Okay, Will he still be holding on? He may or may not, but he certainly won't be as strong momentarily or enthusiastic as he was. Two things. One, bang into the throat quickly. Okay, boom, striking here and elbow strike, same as before. Depending on what happens next, I've got reverse knife hand, I've got punch, I've got whatever, I can knee, I get whatever, depends on how his body moves from there. So I've got to have things that I can quickly do to kind of flow. If I've got to stop and think, if I get too mechanical in it, I can only do this, then he might not be in the position for me to do that. So I've got to quickly be able to recognize where the next opportunity is, and it's got to flow. So if my body's this way, the next technique's got to come this way. Okay, if I want it to be strong. If I want to just do pick, pick, pat, pat like that, I can do it. It's going to not have as much effect on me. Okay, so now we're not playing. Okay, now what we've got to do is got to hurt. So yeah, it's great. Okay. So it's close. Yeah. One from here, two from here. So I'm selecting arms, chest, arms. I think it starts with you're going to give this up. So that's Christmas decorations, floating ribs, place the style. Not sure it was. It's not it's not possible.
Not you breaking up that.
That's so this is the person's in photo something. They're in place. I'm trying to force them away. So momentarily bang, push up the shoulder. But as I do that, we need to get one on back, but in a short range, enough. I didn't get enough power there to hurt. So when you have strike, bang, on the over. I think wherever I see you, I've got the floating ribs, Christmas decorations, both so. All vital spots, all spots are going to hurt. Yeah. Not just hitting the body. So think about where are your targets, what are you hitting? If you just hit the body, a lot of people can take shots to the body. And if they're drunk, if they're on drugs, they don't feel the pain. So it's got to be a vital spot. It's got to be something which is going to cause discomfort despite that. So, you know, south of the border, okay, Adam's apple, base of the skull, you know, floating ribs, all those areas are gonna have effect. Okay, just hitting someone in the guts or hitting them in the chest or hitting them in the leg. Yeah, I mean, it may not tickle in normal circumstances if you fully commit to it, but some people can take that impact. You know, so people who are affected by substance, people who have low pain tolerance, people who love the contact in, you know, contact sport, they're used to that stuff. They're not going to drop dead because they got a kick to the thigh. They barely will notice it. Maybe the next day will be painful, but at the time with adrenaline, so you don't necessarily feel that pain. So you got to look for spots on the body that are going to have an effect. Yeah, I'm not worried about long-term effect. I'm not worried about, you know, I'm worried about there and then that I can get out. My objective is to get out. My objective is not to stay there and do 55 different techniques. Okay. Oh, some people say, well, you know, I don't feel comfortable. I mean, this is someone who's grabbed you around the throat. Oh, I can't think of many reasons someone should grab you around the throat. But, you know, it doesn't always mean they've got malicious intent, but you're fair to assume if it's not somebody you know just having a bit of a goof around, you know, that it's not an unthreatening thing to do. Yeah. Once A, they've come into your zone, they've come into your range, and B, they've grabbed you in a spot which potentially can cause you injury, and it's certainly uncomfortable. And you don't always know what the intent is. Now, if the intent was just to hit you in the face, the person would just walk up and hit you in the face. The chances are you wouldn't even get a warning or see it coming. And sometimes it doesn't even come from the front, it's going to come from around the side. If that was their pure objective. Okay, the fact that they've grabbed you first, okay, means they, you know, want to intimidate you, maybe rough you up. And it could also mean they will still hit you in the face, but they've given you that little opportunity to at least try and defend. Okay. But I get sometimes when at places I teach people say, yeah, but you know, if I hit them here and I break something, or I, you know, I'm going to get in trouble, we're going to break the nose, this and that, and you're defending yourself. You're allowed to do anything necessary, well, within reason, what we call reasonable force based on the threat. So this is a threat, this is a physical threat, this physical contact, your response can be physical. Okay, if he's standing across the road calling me names, and I walk over and elbow him in the head, that's a different scenario. Yeah, because I'm not the defender, I'm the attacker. Yeah, I might think I'm defending my pride and my reputation, but actually I've initiated the attack. Okay, I said right at the start, wherever possible, try and avoid being hit. And if you can't avoid contact, avoid getting hit in the head. Okay. Sometimes you can only take one shot. You know, it's some of the best fighters in the world have gone down getting hit in the head. And then there's others that go 12 rounds, get hit 300 times and don't go down. You think, well, sometimes you get hit on the button, you get hit on the nerve, you get hit the right way. Sometimes it's not even the jolt, it's the fall, you hit your head on the ground. There's all sorts of things that can potentially happen. Okay. Always best to avoid where possible. If you're unsure what to do, drop your chin, have your guard up, at least cover your head. You take a couple of shots of the body, you can still hurt. A couple of shots of the head can cause serious injury, can render you unconscious, can make you fall, can make you hit your head, can cause damage to your neck. A whole lot of things can go wrong there. Okay. So we come in again. Let's say your objective now, just here. So, well, the first thing that comes to my head wasn't just to hit him and smash him and knee him, because it doesn't come naturally to everybody. But I want to get him away from here. Okay. So a few things. Little. I mean, these are okay for novelty, but I've got to tell you, when you do it, it's uncomfortable at the time, but he's not going to run home crying to his mom. Okay. He's still there. He's still a threat. The fact that he came in and grabbed you around the throat means he's a threat. Okay. He's not something and say, oh, okay, that was the wrong thing to do. I'll never do it again. Okay. But this is only to deal initially with this grab around your throat. I grab my mid knuckle. Okay. I make a tight fist. Sternum here. Okay. I press in here, down, and a little bit of a rub as I press. Don't just go pop. A little bit of a rub into his sternum. Press down. Number one. I'll show you go 4 or 5 so we don't keep coming back all the time. So one is a mid knuckle into the sternum. I press in. The tighter he grabs, the better it is for me. Okay. It's not on the muscle, it's on the bone. Okay. Press in, but don't just rub, press firmly. Okay. Drive it in and rub down. Number one. The second one is grabbing in tight from here. Okay. I make a hook with my fingers here, over the top of the collarbones, here, and press down. But my momentum, I move forwards. As he starts to fall, I lose him. So to stop me from losing him, I go with him. If I start to feel like the hook comes off, I just drive the knee in. They just help them go down. So the first one was a mid knuckle to the sternum. The second one was a hook over the collarbone. Okay. The third one, I support the head. Okay. I take, well, I can do with the thumb here. Okay. Just below the curve of the jaw, with the back of the ear, I press here. Okay. But again, I go with him. Okay. Because if I stay back here, I'm going to lose him. Once my arms are straight, I lose him. So I go with him. I stay with him. Okay. Again, if there's resistance and struggle, I can switch into a knee or something. And I go. Okay? I'm not saying this. Okay. Let's go again. It's just enough to get him off me when I go. Okay. All right. So sternum, collarbone. Okay. Back of the jaw. Okay. Couple more. And he grabs. So I said 5. Okay. Support the back of the head. Long fist. Okay, I can do with one, but let's make it long fist. Into the philtrum here, and I press. Once I've got contact, I press right in. The reason my hand is at the back of his head is because he wants to pull his head away. I don't let him. Okay, so I press in here. Okay, I go with him. All right, the last one. Okay, maybe take your glasses. It doesn't work so well if he's got glasses because where I'm pressing is where the glasses work. So obviously the guy with the glasses is going to do this one. Yeah. Now this, if he's close, could be a strike. Boom. If I'm accurate enough with the thumb knuckle, this thumb knuckle now. Thumb knuckle. Okay. You got all these tools in your encyclopedia, but people don't know where to use them. They're not in any patterns. Yeah, this is where you're using them. Into the temple. Bang in here. All right. And again, I support the side because he wants to pull this way. So I stop him. Whichever way his reaction is, that's where I'm supporting the head to prevent it. He's going to take the sternum, collarbone, philtrum, okay, temple, and just behind the jaw. Yeah, they're all slightly different tools. We had mid knuckle, we had long fist, we had thumb knuckle, we had thumb. Okay, so we had different tools, and we had the hook fingers over the top. Probably not a great name. Let's go. Try those one. Play with those. After extended men's distance, then you can. It's more. Yeah, I'm trying to get. You got your weight. No, I don't get my head sideways because the risk of you is. Yeah. So you can lead sideways as well. I'll go even higher up. So and press down. And rub it. What do you think he does? You get it. He back up. You let him go. Just saw it, just saw the next. It's a hard one to do. Spicy. Push up, but then press the body. Make up this one.
I know that from.
If you were just electric. Concentrate.
It's
No, it's.
So did you feel that? You want
You want to give it, I'll give it.
So that's it. So still say.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
Okay.
You got big hand. You just want to press. This one is this thing. You got the range, you can like elbow.
So we don't fight.
The other one I'm saying is really.
Slightly here. You can do one.
Don't feel it until.
You just hit one bang. Still gonna. So much. That's how it's in closer. Maybe my ass. Grab. Take my ass. I can't make it. I found this photographs. Just my thumb. Another resources. I want to say talk again. Now here, it's just here. The bottom two ribs.
Yes, it's really laggy.
So I just want to make sure everyone can still see, because we got some notification on the computer.
Yeah, I think it's okay. Is there, can everyone hear? Yeah, show a thumbs up. Yeah.
Can hear it now.
Put pin in straight. Okay, don't try and wrestle with him. Okay, I take my thumb, his floating ribs in here. Okay, and I press here, but I have to go with my mass. Here's my stance comes into play in self-defense. I don't just go like this because he's already got me around the waist. If I don't go with him, he just throws me on the floor. If he goes down, I'm going down with him. So I need to follow him with my weight. Okay, until the grip is released. Okay, this is just momentarily. Let's say he's not that pain sensitive, and he sort of just goes like this. Well, then I give myself some distance. It's just a quick shift of the foot to get a knee in or something. Okay, this is the last thing he's expecting. Okay, he's expecting to struggle. Okay, so I go ribs. Okay, even if he doesn't let go, boom, and then quickly shift into the knee. Right, let's go. Try it. It's just to create an opportunity for us to do something.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Your natural reaction is to struggle and wrestle. If you wrestle the first
Yeah.
so I use my thumb.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like here.
Because I'm at that angle already.
Yeah, doesn't feel like you should hurt, but really.
We're working on those bottom couple of ribs. Floating ribs on the bottom.
Yeah. So, doesn't feel like you hurt, but it really.
Yeah, and if you rub across a couple of ribs. If you just press, you can probably tolerate.
Yeah.
It's not almost equal. If you rub across 2 or 3 ribs.
We're barely putting that much pressure.
Just slight pressure.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's hard.
It's not you on the ground. When people are asking about so I was originally going to say jump, but what happens is
Yeah, even when I'm flexing,
if you twist it more, you might get. Twist more.
but I think you are.
Yeah, but it's kind of like the second go.
Halfway line there.
I can access it.
that's fine, so that's fine. Why would you not know that? Like, if you did it, you fix it. That's supposed to be even bright. That's supposed to be. Support the other.
Yeah, but
Support next side.
So,
Yeah, you actually. Yeah, it's not you.
yeah, it's anywhere. Protection is outside the institution.
That's like me.
There's nothing there.
If I can feel it on the feet, I know. Because I got bubble wrap.
I'm in line in the armpit.
All right, let's move away from the choke to the throat then. I said we're going to focus on 3 areas. So maybe turning kick. Here's a chance. Can you kick here? Oh, beautiful. Got it. Otherwise, they don't believe it. They're in Zoom land. All right. So we're here, and whatever. He's a martial artist, or he's done some kickboxing or something, Muay Thai, or watched a few Bruce Lee movies, and he thinks I'm going to kick this guy in the head because I can. Yeah. Again, self-defense. Yeah, we normally don't get people doing high kicks and things like that because it's high risk. I won't say low. It's not low reward if you land it. It's low reward if you miss or don't hit it flush. But for someone who's not expecting it, and most people are not expecting a kick to the head. And, when I've bounced in clubs, I've got to say that it's not a common thing that you saw, but I have seen it. And where people have said they've just opened with a turning kick, because especially if the person's a bit drunk and not so quick to respond, and it's wiped them out. A, because they're not expecting it, and B, because they landed it flush. And if you can kick and you land it flush and you got shoes on and you know how to kick, you can do some serious damage. So don't ever think it never will happen. Even though we say to people, self-defense, we kick low and we use our arms up top. Yeah, okay, that's a good principle. And that makes sense because, again, risk versus reward, but it doesn't mean it can't happen, okay? But what you need for it to happen is there needs to be a distance between the attacker and defender. He's not going to kick me in the head with a turning kick when I'm here. Okay, you can do lots of other things. But if there's a gap here, and I said, oh, no, mate, I don't want him in trouble, and he just goes, oh, and he's going to follow. Bang, because he does want trouble. I can say I don't want trouble, but he wants trouble. Yeah, he's bringing the trouble. So when you're backing away, it's a good idea to back away because you're giving yourself distance because, we tend to train at distance. And plus distance is non-aggressive. It's like, oh, it's all right, mate. So, and plus, you know, you gotta think if I want to, it's quicker to get away than when we're close together. So all the right reasons, okay, I'm trying to avoid engagement, okay, but I'm also changing the range for him. So if he's pretty confident with his kicking, he might say, okay, well, I'm just going to kick you on the way out, you know. So when I'm backing off, I don't back off and go to sleep. No, mate, I don't want trouble, but my hands go up. Because even though I'm backing away, I'm ready for him to attack. Yeah, because I've got to be half, you know, he's going to attack. He's going to run at me, okay, or he's going to throw a kick or a punch or whatever. So don't just assume he's going, oh, no, it's all right, mate. Because this is where I often find people that get nailed because they go here and they're like, and they're not concentrating. Yeah? You're not out of the woods yet. Okay, what you're doing is you're giving yourself distance. Yeah. But what you're doing for him is you're changing his range, his options. Okay, so he's either going to follow you and say, you know, right, in which case we got to do something here. Okay, or he may not, you know, you may have convinced him to rethink his ways, highly unlikely. Okay, it really depends on the situation. Or you just change his range. There's a lot of on the way, yeah. So there is a risk. Okay? Not as common as someone, if I'm here, it's like, oh, mate, he's likely going to go boom. No, we're going to do that next, yeah? If I'm backing away, he's got the option to kick. Anyway, so we're dealing with the kick for now. Again, something we come this way. So we're in camera. Let's say the kick is coming this way. He's aiming probably for my head, or you know, he may kick from my body. If I'm like this, he may decide to drive on into my ribs. If he's less likely he's going to kick me with the legs, but if he can, if he wants to. All right. So let's start with the bottom up. So the bottom up, I don't worry about blocking it. From here, it's up, and I just check it. Let me just keep into my side. It's here, and I just check it, but don't stop halfway. Okay? No, so my hands are up. Don't worry about dropping your hands. I drop my hands to block. I leave myself open here. Okay, he can fake here, and boom, and just come through. Okay, mate, I don't want any trouble. I don't want any trouble. He kicks, boom, here, and then I'm here. Boom, I can strike, I can punch, depending on the distance. Okay. Or if we still got that gap, I can go in with the kick. Depends how much room I've got to play with. Okay, but here, as I put the foot down, my momentum forwards. It's either going to be behind a punch, behind an elbow if he's close, behind a knee, or behind a kick. Use that momentum forwards. Okay. The middle, I just tuck my elbow in from here. Oh, mate, hands are up. I drop this one, I keep this one across. I'll push this one from here to here. Okay, so now we're covering all. My hands are up, he kicks, I drop one. Yeah. Okay, so maybe that one was designed to go into the ribs. Yeah, don't keep both hands up. Here. I want to cover here because it can slide off. Okay, whereas he comes round, now he's close. Cover him. Or if he's kicking higher from here, I can still block with this one, or I can just take it on the guard here. Yeah. Now as he does the kick, so let's go. We'll go with the high kick first. So he kicks from here. I'm going to take it here. Okay. Now, what a lot of people when they kick, they require the momentum to go through. You've checked that momentum. Okay. As I kick, my momentum forward, I go forward and I go up. Okay. Forward and up. Yeah. Catch it. Don't hold it too long because he'll still swing. Okay. He may not catch you flush, but he can still catch you as he kicks. Okay. One. Okay. Now, if I want to soften him with a strike, I can. I go up and I go forward. Okay. Don't just lift. Take a step forward. Take a step forward as you lift. Okay. Because he's now balancing on that supporting foot. Yeah. He's kind of flexible. I can do this. But I go forward, take some balance. That's not one. If I want to do that, it kicks from here. I catch one, strike, 1, 2, okay. Right here. Very close. Bang. Punch again. Like so, wait. Punch it. Move it over the edge. Punch it. Drop my hand here. One here. Catch the leg. With forwards. Catch the leg. Strike the head. Into the right. Okay, let's go. Because he's done half the job.
Then we get some, you know what it is. Go ahead.
Back there. Anyone who got an answer, drop your name to this. Strike, you need to have your hand there, you can strike. If the head's too far away, just go straight down. Because to reach the head, you've got to lean forward. If he grabs on, I can pull you off. So you want to maintain your balance, stay as vertical as possible. Drop, catch it, strike with the hip, close to hand. I would go up with the knee first. Because you got him in that vulnerable position, just go straight up with the knee. And that'll make whatever comes in.
I think.
Welcome to middle age.
It doesn't matter about flexibility, you can quickly.
Bang, but right up, come on. Straight up. Thanks for this. Let's take some.
Yeah.
Probably is a good thing. We protect the front, you know, we can't. But underneath, we're cutting up there.
Yeah, I could do that.
I should be doing this one.
Well, if you said either. This is the part.
I think.
Not when I see it open. Yeah. Yeah.
I've got to bring it.
All right, one more. Slight variation. Okay, for the higher kick, okay, we catch this time and we come underneath, so we're here, I don't want to throw, blah, blah, catch. Okay, make sure you cover it. Okay, we come underneath from here, okay, bang, strike. But now instead of taking him backwards, see his torso leans forwards. So I say, okay, let's take advantage of it. Let's throw him this way. But my stance, my balance, yeah, I stay low and I stay stable here. Don't have my feet together and stay upright. I'm going to go with him. Yeah, I want to be here. Yeah? So he kicks from here up, from one, bang, two, from here. If I want to do this, I can, just to soften him up a little bit. Here, press down here, lift up here, same time, and this foot comes round here. Here. Yeah, so I'm watch, I run. Yeah, let's go. So now we're taking forwards. But you need to make sure you lift that leg so you don't hit yourself in the head. You don't come this way.
Yeah, I'll give it to you, but it's the same thing.
If you don't move your foot, you just move on. So you move your foot. If I'm driving, where you want to go. After strike, grab onto It's kind of like you imagine what the big here.
Just
And more. And let that up. And stop here. And further.
Yeah.
I catch you. I'm not gonna. I try to use your stance, use your balance. Where you place your feet is important.
This is not good. This is not good.
Thinking that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how when he went down, he lifted this leg. What you want to do is to move this leg. The leg that you're balancing on, that's the one you're gonna do. That's why you sort of look like you're gonna. If he grabs on, you have a panic on the way down.
Yeah, it's whatever way you think.
Get yourself low and take it around. The lower you get to the floor, the more balance you have. The more you stay up. Forward.
Okay.
So we increase our base of support, increase our stability.
You brought my.
That's right.
More this way around.
But without those, it's easy to do this. Nobody wants to go to the floor. But you do everything again, so it's not helpful. Okay, and the last. So what have the buttons?
Yeah, that's what we strike first, strike, and then grab.
Yeah. If you're the person being caught, if you're the, let's say you went to counter with a turning kick and you're the one whose leg got caught, grab the other person, grab onto them. Okay, then wherever you're going, they're going to come. Okay,
I can't even think of it. I think I'm not gonna do it. Project. And everybody knows what's not gonna do it.
Yeah, up and down. It's like steering a bus. Yeah. So it works together. Don't just hold it like that. You need to. It's like circular. Oh.
That's this one is not, this is even not.
Right here. Press down with the left, lift up with the right, that's it, yeah, but I'll bring the other leg out. The upper body was good, but the lower body, you lift this one, yeah, move this one.
Yeah, I got it more. A little faster. It's okay, but that's what speeds. Yep. Right. Okay. One now.
It's catch, don't go underneath. Strike, yeah, that's it. So that was the right leg to bring your effect. All right, so we're here, we're back to, let's go back to him kicking, trying to kick me in the leg. Because again, he might say, I'm gonna kick him in the leg and I'm gonna punch, you know, because it's a less risky thing to do. Even people that haven't trained a lot probably can still pull a half decent low kick out, you know. Obviously if you get high level trained, get caught, you get like it's still a steady. Plus, for these different follow-ups on this. So it's not something that's out of the so it's still a try and check it. You check it. Sometimes people have flinch like that and can't absorb something back. Okay. I'm putting Michael, but I want to show the machine now. From here, says it kicks from here. Now, I'm using that for dual vision. What I'm saying, I'm thinking so, you know, I'm trying to be not aggressive. Whatever it is, what the come from there. And back. But I have to say, straight. Drops down this one. I'm going to bang it down there. It's the same time you go down. So he's thinking, pick up the ball. So if I allow that fine, and I lay it and drop it, so it's going to be from here. One, as I come down, two, full body weight. Or from here, one, check, boom, and then I come into this one. Okay, I want to get as much power off that one because it's the front leg, and plus I've been impacted already, so it's taking some of this thing. Okay, but again, it mucks up his timing. Okay, the other one is check from here, one, and just go straight in, boom, with a push, just to give myself distance. Hands stay up because again, this punch is coming. This is up to cover, even if I, you know, worse I cover it. Let's say he does the kick, and I want you to punch. Punch, chain. Yeah, he's probably going to be bang, bang. All right, he's probably not. No, you try and take my head off. So he's going to punch. He's going to kick. He's going to punch. It's probably going to spine. Boom, two. Well, if you want it, that's it. If you want to knock him out, do that. Oh, and if I'm daydreaming and think about how great a block that was, I already did. Okay, so be aware, keep your hands up. Okay. So first one is the check. How we're going to deal with the round arm punch now. Okay, but let's do it with the lead in with the check leg. So he does the kick. Okay, from here. Now I'm focused on here. Now once I can block it if I've got the range, or okay, he does it again. One, I come in. Boom. Yeah, at this distance is different. He doesn't get full purchase on the punch. I've jammed him up. Short elbow in here, sorry. Short elbow in here. I'm back where I was before, same spot I was before. Knee, elbow, drop the elbow, taking down, all of those things that we practiced earlier on. Okay, can be done from a different leading position. Okay, so what I do, check the leg. Okay, here, close the distance. What a lot of people do is they back. Yeah, back gives him more room to strike. Well, if he's gonna strike, then I have to have my guard up. I have to keep the gate closed. If I just go in and guard up, he can come around it. Okay? So I just got to be mindful. Always have your hands up at this range. Okay, kick, check. I want to come in. If I come in, take some of the sting out of it. Then bang, we're in here. Okay. So let's try that. Check the leg. Take the punch, but move in. Instead of his wrist hitting my arm, I catch him on the bicep. Be careful it doesn't come around the guard and hit you in the head anyway. So I've got to make sure I push it out slightly. All right, and then I'm in with this. Okay. Right. What you do from there up to you. Depends on your what you feel comfortable, depends on your balance. Check the leg. Jamming. Remember when he throws that, he might completely the head with the back one. Okay. You might not. It's not likely he's gonna check. But he's never gonna keep the punch. That's all he had to do. That's why I'm hoping. Let's see, guys, it comes from the other side. Make sure your guard covers both left and right. You may lead with the left, you may lead with the right. Cover both sides. You throw whatever punch feels natural from the position you're in. Might be front hand, might be back hand. All right, variation. Keep it moving along. He's going to do the kick. He's going to throw the big round punch. Come here. There's one. He throws the punch. I come under the arm. Okay, unusual place to be. Okay, but I come under really close, and I dig in here. I grab here. I press my head against his head, and I squeeze in here. Okay, I want to rotate. I tie up this elbow. Even if he tries to elbow me back, he doesn't get enough purchase with it. I rotate my fist so the bone is digging into the carotid. Okay, and I press in here, and I press against here. So he's got nowhere to go. Okay, he can try and resist and struggle and whatever. I rotate it, pull it back. Don't hold it too long. Just so you know, just so you find where it is. Yeah, try. Cover, okay, and go under. But when you go under, don't just do this. Yeah, keep the guard up. Because I want to use this one. Yeah, so I keep this up. Because if I'm too slow, I deflect it, or at least it might just skim off the top. Yeah. But don't leave your head completely exposed. What's stopping here is so he's hurting himself with his arm. It's like they're playing on the balls. If I'm on top, then I see this.
Yeah.
Because I want to start. But now this is it. It's stuck in him. You can't move.
You want me to keep it slow?
Yes.
Okay. Let's make. Yeah. It's soft on this one.
And that arm's on your shoulder. And this hand you got. When you're on top like this, then I have to leave this. Or if I'm under here, under here. Look at that, then here. But if I'm on top, then I have to do this. If I'm underneath, I don't do it. All the arms struggle with myself.
So you're underneath, you fall over.
When I'm underneath, I'm here.
You want to get under the arm. Yeah, but I wanted to do taking the other hand.
Exactly. If it went through and I was on top here, then I need to grab on here. Yeah, because his arm is not trapped in his leg. But here, his arm is trapped.
You and shoulder.
So I was here, so he's already doing that. So now I can focus on here. When it happens, you just go with whatever you can do. You're there, you're there.
We come through this side.
The opportunity to strike is there, having the opportunity to strike. You're there, say,
Whatever works.
Yeah.
Because then they bring more.
When we practice, of course, you can't go like this, but when you really the more complex it is, the less likely it's going to work unless it's been practiced 1,000 times. But if it's been practiced 1,000 times, well.
These are quite short, so
That's like that meme, you don't have to actually say it's, I think they attribute it, which they know it, which they actually said. It's like, don't fear the man who knows everything. Fear the man that's done it 1,000 times. That's kind of not you don't need many techniques. That's why bases always work best because you've done it in the past. Yeah.
come under.
Yeah. You're like me.
You'll make it? No, okay.
All right, we'll take the kick out of it. We'll just go the big drunk round arm. Again, I might be Buddhist, inclined to be non-violent, okay, which is a nice way to live. And my first instinct may not be, I'll just stop them. Sometimes, Taekwondo, karate, those type of impact-based martial arts is very, okay, block, stop, counter-attack, yeah. We've got other martial arts a little bit more flowing, maybe perhaps redirect force or redirect the person's weight and stuff like that. When you're in self-defense, it's important. We don't label what we're doing. There's only two techniques in self-defense: techniques that work and techniques that don't. And techniques that work doesn't mean they're going to work every time. And techniques that don't doesn't mean they can't work. It's just the way you did it. Maybe you chose the wrong technique at the wrong time, or maybe you didn't perform it in the right circumstance. Or maybe you tried to do something that was too complex, which is okay at training when the person is only pretending to attack you. But when someone actually attacks you with intent, you find out it doesn't go so easy. Sometimes when you're training with someone and they resist a little bit more than normal, and you find it doesn't work at all. It doesn't work at all unless you're also going to apply yourself with the same amount of vigor, because you're doing it, but you don't really want to hurt them. And they're going with you because they don't really want to resist. And it's really hard to simulate that, okay, I'm going to resist fully and try not to let this work. But I understand that you're going to hit me as hard as you can. That's a really hard way to train. There are people who do that, but it's never fun. But you become good, but it's not for everyone. So we kind of try to be in the middle somewhere. Let's apply a little bit more resistance just to show that, okay, it feels easy at the moment, but understand it's not really going to be that easy when you've got someone who doesn't want to go down, and it's a good idea to try and resist going to the floor as much as possible. I know there's people out there say, oh yeah, but on the floor, so many people do, BJJ, things where they're on the floor, and it's great. If they do it, they're great, they're good at it, fantastic. And if you end up in that situation, absolutely, they've got an advantage on you. Try and avoid being in that situation, okay? Even if you've done, floor stuff until the cows come home, the floor is not the best place to be at any time, because you might be okay with the person you're dealing with, but you're outside, you're in a pub, you're in a club, you're in wherever it is, you've got to defend yourself. Other people around, not necessarily going to jump to your defense, and even worse, sometimes they do quite the opposite. And you're on the ground and then they start putting the boots in. Yeah, I can have this person in a figure four leg lock and it looks fantastic, but how do I counter these people kicking me in the head now? So it's not the safest place to be. I don't care how good you are on the floor. You can be fantastic. And yes, you've got a huge advantage over your opponent, but you may have more than one. Yeah. And maybe if you've got something on this person and they're screaming in pain, other people look and think you're the attacker. Yeah? They're going to defend him, not you. Yeah. So again, if you look at someone who's screaming and someone who's applying the pain, who do you think is the attacking person? The person applying the pain. Yeah. So again, I'm not discrediting. Absolutely, it's an art form and it's a skill. And if you've got the skill and you're in the situation, definitely use it and definitely going to have an advantage. But what I'm saying, try and avoid being on the floor. Okay? Yes, it's good to know what to do if you are there, but don't get on the floor and say, okay, come and get me. Okay. Because again, that might not be the person you're going to worry about. The person here is the one you're going to worry about. Okay, or someone with a chair going to slam you on the head. This is not a tournament. This is not, Anyway, that's my preach. So let's just go to the big round arm punch. And then he throws a punch. All right. I don't want to try. Always assume let's come to sort of this for the Zoomers. Okay. I don't want any trouble. It's always that non-violent body language, but this is not me being non-violent. This is me having my guard up. Okay. What I say is just, oh mate, I don't want any trouble. I don't want any, and he might say, whatever. And we're going to have this argument. It's okay. We can have the argument. but I'm trying to diffuse. So it's just a misunderstanding, you know. On the off chance, he may calm down. He may. Remember, if he was intent on punching me in the head, he would have already done it. That doesn't mean he's not going to do it. But if that's all he wanted to do, he would not even be listening to anything I'm saying. The punch has already come. Right? The fact that I'm able to have exchange a few words means I've got half a chance to maybe talk him out of it, or at least give me a chance to move back. Okay, or at least it's drawing attention. Oh, what's going on here? And he's like, oh no, and he said, whatever. You choose to say what you choose to say. Okay, anyway, let's say he throws the punch. So from here I cover, but now what I'm going to do, his body's rotating this way, his mass is traveling this way. He's throwing his punch and he wants to knock me into next year sometime. So I'm here, okay, I don't have time sometimes to go in. I'm moving back, so I go here. I go same rotation. No punch. Use his rotation. Okay, but I go around with him. I can't do it from back here. I can't do it from here. Okay, I've got to turn. Okay, here, but this one is going to come here. So we're going the same way. But initially, I've got to come forwards. Here, he punches one. Boom, here. Here. Now I can be here. I can pin him here, whatever, face down, or, you know, whatever position. I'm not going to throw him across the room. The more momentum, he's not going to go boom and stop. He's going to go boom and follow through. Okay, from far away, I can't do it. From far away, I block. Yeah? From here, block, bang, and strike. From here, extend across, boom, this one. Right? If I'm going to check the punch, it's one, bang, bang. Why I got to hit straight away? Because this other one's coming straight away. If I just go block, well, this one's coming straight out. Boom. Okay. So as soon as I check from here up, as soon as I check, I've got to strike. Okay. Here, boom. Same as we had before. I can just walk him down if I want. Okay. Or if I don't want to hit him, okay, from here, one. This is a little slap to the eardrum. It doesn't really count here, but if you do it effectively, you can momentarily, boom. Yeah. Okay. If I want to let him go, let him go. I get a head start. Okay. If I stay with him, I've got to be mindful that I haven't hurt him. Okay. He can grab me, he can pull me down. Okay. So just more breaking balance. Okay. Two options. One is check, bang, bang. Take this leg here. Just to break his balance. And second option, I didn't want to hit him. Okay, from here, boom, eardrum. I'm not counting that as a hit. I mean, it is, but it's a slap here and down here. Okay, he goes down in a flash. He starts to think, oh, well, maybe I need to rethink my strategy here. That kind of happened too quick and too easy. Yeah? All right, try those two. But one is with a check and a block, the other is not. The other is just a redirect.
Yeah.
Use the person and on force. You gotta go.
We're gonna get a spot.
I think it's fine going this way.
Yeah, like that's one.
Oh, super.
Yeah. No, you should say it. Yeah, try it.